to which Jim Jordan ends up doing his best Porky Pig imitation. And that's the answer that you get from Jim Jordan.
That was Michael Cohen's impression of MAGA Republican Jim Jordan in the interview I just did with Michael Cohen. I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. MAGA Republican Jim Jordan has been selected by the Republican Party to be their next Speaker of the House. There will have to be a full House vote on Jim Jordan. It's unclear if he has the sufficient votes when the full House votes to make him the Speaker of the House. But I had my interview with Michael Cohen where he knows more about Jim Jordan than most. Let me give you this flashback before showing you a portion of my interview with Michael Cohen. Remember, back in February of 2019, when Michael Cohen testified before the House of Representatives, this was the exchange that he had with MAGA Republican Jim Jordan. Cohen was doing a pretty accurate impression. Here, play this clip.
Again, it wasn't our responsibility to be the fact checker for the news agencies.
This is the biggest story in the country.
Sir, please let me. The president says so far approximately 9,000.
I got 8 seconds. I got 8 seconds. I'll let you finish.
Chairman, may I please
finish? The special counsel
Chairman, can I please finish?
Something they've never done. They said that story was false. Now you can respond.
Okay. My response. The president has told something over 9,000 lies to date. Do I ask Mr. Davis or Mr. Monaco, or do I go on television in order to correct his mistakes?
When Mr. Davis goes on to talk about that specific subject,
the answer is no. And I would like to also...
time has... Listen up. The gentleman's time has expired. You may finish answering the question, and then we're going to go to Mr. Connolly.
All I wanted to say is I just find it interesting, sir, that between yourself and your colleagues, that not one question so far since I'm here has been asked about President Trump. That's actually why I thought I was coming today, not to confess the mistakes that I've made. I've already done that, and I'll do it again every time you ask me about taxes or mistakes. Yes, I made my mistakes. I'll say it now again, and I'm going to pay the ultimate price. But I'm not here today, and the American people don't care about my taxes. They want to know what it is that I know about Mr. Trump, and not one question so far has been asked about Mr. Trump.
Wow, when you take a look at those flashbacks of Michael Cohen from 2019 during his congressional testimony, they are something. Let me show you my interview with Michael Cohen now, where he discusses how disgusted he is in MAGA Republican Jim Jordan's behavior, and all MAGA Republicans. Play the clip.
Whoa. Slow down there. Slow down there, cheeky monkey, because here's the facts. You can't start with the weaponization of the Justice Department today. Let's go back and look at other things. And they go about and cite the Michael Cohen versus the United States of America, Department of Justice, Donald Trump, Bill Barr et al. They cite that case and they say, well, don't you think that we need to examine the Department of Justice in its totality? Don't you think we need to examine the Department of Justice under the Trump administration with Bill Barr, when you have a verified by a federal judge in the Southern District of New York acknowledging that I was retaliated against by the President of the United States and his willing and complicit bloviated asshole Attorney General Bill Barr, and remanded back to prison because I wouldn't waive my First Amendment constitutional right? So why are we not starting there? To which Jim Jordan ends up doing his best Porky Pig imitation. And that's the answer that you get from Jim Jordan. Very similar to the answer when they asked him if he spoke to Donald Trump on January 6th. That's the way Jim Jordan answers. So we already know what the issue is. This is not to start a committee in order to get something accomplished or done. It is the starting of a committee in order to do what? In order to appease a party of one, his monarch, his leader, his king, his Führer, Donald J. Trump. And again, thanks to all of you, thanks to this network, my Mea Culpa podcast, Political Beatdown, the Brigaders. We will ensure that we put an end to this bullshit once and for all in this upcoming election. Just make sure that we share this this podcast, this live podcast. Make sure that you tell all of your friends and your neighbors and help them to ensure that they are registered to vote. And together, we're going to bring such an ass whooping to the GOP, they will never be able to recover. And all of these maggot morons, these assholes with 4 teeth and 3 brain cells, gonzo.
You know, what you said just now is similar to the letter that Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis sent to MAGA Republican Jim Jordan yesterday. We covered it here on a hot take on the MeidasTouch network. And she basically says, look, what you're doing is a crime. You obstructing the criminal case that I have against Donald Trump and 18 other co-defendants is criminal. And I know you're trying to hide behind the speech or debate clause, but you may want to study Georgia's obstruction statute, which she cites. And she goes, I don't know if you're just completely ignorant or just more likely you are okay with engaging in this behavior. Just take a look at what she says here, and I want to make a broader point. She goes, Jordan, I'm in receipt of your letter dated September 27, 2023. A charitable explanation of your correspondence is that you are ignorant of the United States and Georgia Constitution and codes. A more troubling explanation is that you are abusing your authority as chairman of the Committee on the Judiciary to attempt to obstruct and interfere with a Georgia criminal prosecution. See, and she cites the statute for the crime that she believes Jim Jordan is engaged in. Indeed, you confessed to this motivation on Mark Levin's September 10th, 2023 show. When discussing one of my office's active prosecutions, you boasted, quote, we're trying to get all the answers, but we're trying to stop this stuff as well. While you may enjoy immunity under the United States Constitution speech or debate clause, that does not make your behavior any less offensive to the rule of law. So powerful there. Offensive to the rule of law. Thanks for watching, folks. Make sure you subscribe to our podcast at just search Political Beatdown. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's free. Just hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to meet Michael Cohen, join his Patreon at patreon.com/Political Beatdown. He does meetups once a month there. Patreon.com/Political Beatdown. There's also a lot of great exclusive content there. Have a great day.
Hey Midas Mighty, love this report? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram at MeidasTouch to keep up with the most important news of the day. What are you waiting for? Follow us now.